Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me once again on the Alopecia Angel podcast. I am Johanna Dahlman, your host. Before we start today, let me just give you a couple insights. First, I wanted to go ahead and congratulate Jenny and also Trisha, who are seeing amazing regrowth inside the Hair and Heal program. This is our signature program where 90% of clients see hair growth in less than 8 weeks. Shedding stops anywhere from week 1 to week 6. And even for a gut health coach who I recently worked with in Australia, she saw hair loss stop in 24 hours. This is how quickly your body wants to heal. We just need to learn how to support it, and we do that inside the Hair and Heal program. I do have some exciting news. I have some things in the works for you, so I will be announcing those later on. And in the meantime, I got really inspired while I was driving, and I went ahead and recorded the podcast on my notes. So this is going to be talking about testing, and today's podcast will be talking about testing and really how to deep dive and see if our practitioner that we've chosen to work with or that we are working with is actually doing what they need to be doing, which is getting you results. Because if you're still spinning your wheels and you're not seeing results, then we have a problem. This is where I come here to fix it for you. So a lot of times what I see too are many mistakes, and I'm going to go into that into the podcast. But before I do, I also wanted to let you know about a hair care workshop I am offering. The hair care workshop is a live Q&A with me about all your hair care needs. So if you have questions on how to care for your hair, how to avoid the split ends, what to do about your gray hair, what to do about your dry hair, what to do about your itchy scalp, what to do about coloring, what to do about this, that, or anything else, let's talk. Let's go ahead and do this workshop together. I've had many clients join my hair care workshop, and it's been an amazing time because it's one-on-one. We get to talk about what's going on. I get to see a bigger picture, and then you get to go home with immediate action steps on how to better care for your hair. On top of that, I give you my personalized and very special recipe that you can make at home for shampoo. This is something that I've created, and it's my own specialty recipe that I give to everyone who participates in the hair care workshop. Link below in the show notes for you to join the hair care workshop. You could also grab a consultation with me. We offer free consultations and also paid consultations depending on the level of support and the needs you have. Multiple times a week they're offered, so feel free to grab that also in the show notes. Lastly, I'm also offering a free workshop that entails all the factors needed to heal and reverse your hair loss for free. This workshop gives you the foundational insight, knowledge, and education so that you can make better decisions starting now, so that you can put away your minoxidil, so that you can step aside from your Rogaine, from your medications, so that you can say no more to all the gimmicks and band-aids that are out there and that are marketed to you on a regular daily basis, because you're just wasting your time and your money on those things without any real results. So let's move forward and let's go into this next tidbit of the episode. Thank you so much. I look forward to meeting you and working with you soon. Take care. If it's not working with the provider, you haven't seen results, if you haven't gotten where you want to get to, if zero to little progress has been made, and in 3 months, 6 months, and still spinning your wheels, it's time to move on. This way you can save your time and money in terms of the runaround. I've been through the runaround, seeing many doctors in different countries, in different states, and there's a runaround. It's because they don't know exactly what to do. They're trying to throw everything to the wall. They're trying to see what sticks. And that's not the approach. That's not strategy. That's just trial and error and trying to see what we figure out. Work with a specialist, work with somebody who can get to the root causes and get you going on the right path as soon as possible. Literally. 90% of my clients see hair growth in less than 8 weeks. The next thing I would say about working with anyone is, do they have results to share? If they don't have results, move on. That's like saying, if there's no results, then what's the point? What is the point of working with somebody if they have zero results to prove or very little results to show for it? That's not the person you want to work with. The other thing too about testing is that potentially you are doing a lot of testing through insurance or through whatever your practitioner doctors allow you to do. This is a budget conscious situation from your practitioner side or even from your insurance side. There's something to be said about this because health insurance in general is very budget conscious. They want to give you the minimum. They want to give you the least amount of what's available to you, whether or not you qualify. This is where you should be demanding more. And if you're not getting more, then guess what? Then out of pocket is the way to go, because you will get to see more than what's available to you. For example, I had alopecia, healed myself naturally, yada, yada. However, I did a lot of testing last year, and lo and behold, none of my tests came back perfect. Everything was off ever so slightly. And I say this openly because there's always things to fix. If you start thinking about your body like a house, there's always maintenance. There's always things to look at. And so if you're not being proactive, this is a problem. I'm being proactive. I demand full panels, full comprehensive gold standard testing. And guess what? I'm able to pick apart exactly what needs to be looked at, evaluated, and then, improved upon, fixed. And if you're not getting that accessibility with your provider, with your health insurance, there's a problem, because guess what? That problem is going to continue to manifest and get worse. You know what I mean? This is like having a leak in your house. If you don't know you have a leak in your house, disaster is going to happen. And so this is the same situation. There's no need to look for symptoms or wait for symptoms when we can prevent a lot of things from happening to begin with. The other thing about testing is that accepting the bare minimum is a form of settling. Accepting the bare minimum of what your practitioner offers, of what your health insurance gives you, or of what your social universal health insurance gives you, whether you live in Canada, the UK, Netherlands, Germany, Australia, Europe, or anywhere else, is settling. It's a form of settling. Love yourself enough to invest in testing. And I say this from someone who has healed without testing, was able to do so without testing, but not because I didn't want to test, but it's because I didn't have the option to. I didn't have the location that allowed me to. There was barriers in Europe. There was red tape in Europe. And on top of it, between traveling here and there and trying to move from one country to another, I had zero health insurance everywhere. Zero. It was a process. It's not instant. It's not overnight. There's paperwork to be done. So at the end of it, the take-home message here is to advocate for yourself, is to advocate for you, because no one else is going to do it. No one else is going to say, hey, give me a full panel, give me the comprehensive, give me this, give me that. And really, there doesn't need to be any symptoms. And that's the problem with healthcare today, is that they're looking for symptoms to plug in to somewhere for you. But that's not the way we operate. We should be more proactive and getting checkups, just like you would check up on your house and make sure everything is running right. Let's not wait for the refrigerator to break or for the dishwasher to have an issue. Let's make sure everything is maintained, just like your car. And I know the car is so important to everyone's livelihood. If we don't have a car, a way to get from A to B, imagine you as a car breaking down little by little, not knowing that things are potentially about to explode or implode when we could be proactive in our health. This is huge, and it truly needs to be addressed. So I highly suggest that if you haven't done correct testing, if you haven't done gold standard testing, this should be on the top of your list. Instead of looking at other things or other ways and alternatives to do this more economically, well, that's exactly what you get. In reality, you pay what you get for. And with testing, it's so clear. It's crystal clear. You get what you pay for. And I've done my analysis. I've done the research. I've done the comparing and contrasting. I can see a huge difference when it comes to testing that health insurance covers, whether it's a PPO, HMO, universal, etc., versus what you get when you say, hey, I want this, you order it, you take it, and you see the results. Huge discrepancy. Why is that? Because gold standard testing shows you the full picture. And the budget economical testing that health insurance provide, that most providers just shows you the bare minimum. And so that's the problem. We're not seeing the whole picture. And imagine trying to solve a problem from that lens. That is the biggest problem ever. And so this is why a lot of people succumb to JAK inhibitors, cortisone shots, the minoxidil, the Rogaine, the Nutrafols, the Viviscals, any serum that's the latest and greatest. None of these things are working because we're working from a lens that is so small in comparison. This is why I offer gold standard testing with my clients, for my clients, anywhere in the world, because it's so key for them to have access without any red tape, to be able to have it shipped to their door, and to have the results with a practitioner that they can work with automatically online, and then be able to get the help
and the next steps that they need. If your practitioners at home, in your country, or wherever you live are not getting you results, it's time to rethink that. It's time to reevaluate. It's time to change. I must say, I've had clients come to me after 6 years of working with naturopathic doctors in Canada, after multiple years of working with other types of doctors in other countries or in other cities or in other states, and they're not getting results. It's like dating. Why would you continue to work with somebody if there's no results, if there's no moving forward, if there's no next steps, if there's not progress towards the goal? It doesn't make sense to me. I've made those same mistakes. And this is why I'm telling you now, this needs to change. Your mindset needs to change about your practitioners. They might be nice. They might be very friendly. They might be very accommodating. But if you're not getting results, you need to rethink that. I hope this podcast has helped you, because I will tell you, had I had this information before, had I had this pep talk before to me, I would have saved myself so much time, so much money, and been able to just even with a phone call, with a quick phone call or even a quick email to a provider, be able to say, nope, next, nope, next, nope, next. I've created the Hair and Heal program with this in mind, to save time, money, energy, and to get straight to business, straight to the root causes, straight to your hair growth, straight to a streamlined approach that works. And it does work for various types of hair loss, including female pattern, autoimmune, alopecia areata, totalis universalis, telogen effluvium, postpartum, hair loss caused by long COVID, menopause, PCOS, and so many others. You can heal and reverse this in less time. And clearly, if you're still having problems, it's because the solutions that you're looking towards or that you're using or that you're trying are not getting you to the finish line. And this is where I'm different. I encourage you to go to my website, alopeciaangel.com, where you can see success stories, where you could see on my YouTube and podcast other testimonials, other people from all walks of life, all ages, races, ethnicities, children included, men included, where they've seen success in less time. Hair growth, 90% see hair growth in less than 8 weeks. Shedding stops anywhere between week 1 to week 6. And even with a gut health coach from Australia, it stopped in 24 hours. So the possibilities are endless, and it's really up to you. I offer a free workshop. You can see it on my website, alopeciaangel.com, right at the top right-hand corner, where you can see my method, my strategy, and how we approach this in a holistic and natural aspect for you to thrive with full hair at any age. I look forward to talking to you next time. All the best. Take care.
Thank you for listening to the Alopecia Angel podcast, a positive light in healing alopecia. You can do this, and we can help. Spread the word that reversing alopecia is possible by telling your friends and family.